3, 2. Howdy folks, Nathan and Steven behind the camera coming at you from the 2019 Los Angeles Auto Show.
Hey everybody.
Hi guys. We're at the Buick Pavilion and this is the 2020 Buick Encore GX. Now, I know you guys are thinking, well wait a minute, what about the Encore? It looks completely different. They're actually barely related. They're both built in Korea. That's kind of the start of it. The regular Encore is a much smaller vehicle that's been around for a while and it shares the same platform as the Chevy Trax. Now, this is an all-new platform and it has new powertrains, and that includes a 1.2 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. That's on the base model, and that comes only with a continuously variable transmission, a CVT front-wheel drive. However, if you want, you go up to the bigger engine, which is still a 3-cylinder, but it's a 1.3 liter turbocharged engine. Now that one puts out 155 horsepower, 174 pound-feet of torque. It's a much beefier engine, and that one you can either get front-wheel drive with a CVT, or you can get all-wheel drive with a 9-speed automatic transmission. This is a larger vehicle than the regular Encore. As a matter of fact, the interior is a completely different layout. The exterior, well, you can pretty much tell.
Yeah, let's show them around the exterior of this thing.
Yeah, Steven, I mean, you can just see it from the hood, right? It's obviously a completely different profile from the regular Encore.
Yeah, and you know what? I like the proportions of this thing a little bit better.
It's better looking, isn't it?
Filled out. The shoulders are a little nicer looking.
Yeah, I actually do like the hood design. I like it when people sculpt hoods.
Yeah, the sculpting.
Now this is the ST model. The ST model actually gives you red inlets and some other really cool things. I actually do like this quite a bit.
So do I in the grille. It's cool. It's subtle, but it's enough.
Right, and if you come to the back, you'll actually see it in the rear of the vehicle as well. Also, the wheels, which are the same as the regular models, they do have those little darker inserts in them, which makes it special for the ST as well. But then you can finish it back here, and you can clearly see the red line and the black highlights.
Oh yeah, a little dual exhaust action too.
Well, kind of, sort of.
Oh, I guess they're not even exhaust. Yeah, they're almost like little fake exhaust.
Yeah, that's kind of taking the playbook from Audi and some other car companies where that's
funny.
But I really do think it's pretty attractive looking. Kind of has a little tiny hint of Toyota RAV4 and maybe a hint of some of the new Ford products out there too. Also, this kind of looks Lexus-y the way they have the L, but that's just me. All right, let's start from the back and we'll work our way forward.
Sure, sounds good.
Now, unlike a lot of other vehicles in this class, this one actually does have a little tiny spare tire. I can only lift it up this much.
That is handy.
Yes,
I love having the rear spare.
love having a rear spare. Now, the cargo area is built to go to 2 different levels. So if you see this little line right here, you're able to see that there, Steven?
Yeah, oh yeah.
This shelf can lift up there, and then what it will allow is a perfectly flat interior when you fold everything down.
Oh, interesting.
Now here's the cool part. Have you noticed anything unusual about the way the 60/40 layout is?
I mean, it's a little weird that the 40 is behind the driver, but...
Right, they're very good, Steven.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. So they changed the direction of where you're able to put human beings when you fold seats. And that's actually an interesting idea, and this is why they did it. Come over here. The reason they did it is, first of all, unlike the regular Encore, which you have to pull the seat up in order to get the seat to come down, this one simple fold flat, you're done. Now, they allowed for wider parcels and packages and ladders and whatnot to be put on the side opposite the driver, and that way you can still carry one passenger behind the driver, which is why they did this. So it's a little bit more utilitarian. This is according to the people who work with design.
Yeah, that's interesting though.
There's one more thing here.
A small thing that I feel like, maybe gets overlooked a lot.
It does, but I think it's cool because I have a bunch of dogs and stuff I have to crate around, and well, Steven, you have babies, same thing.
Oh yeah.
Got to crate them around. So what they did is they also added this fold seat here, so you were able to put in large items here, including some pretty good sized ladders. They didn't give me specific measurements yet.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of numbers that we don't have yet on the car, but the good news is it's here, and you guys are going to be able to take a look at the interior, and I'm going to meet Steven on the other side, and we're going to give you a quick little crash course.
Yeah, let's take a look inside this thing, because it definitely looks pretty fresh for Buick. I mean, it's a new look in here.
I've always said that I love the value of a Buick, and over the past 10 years I've sort of taken the bait, drunk the Kool-Aid, and I'm beginning to see that they're not like my old Aunt Edna's car, right? They actually have a little bit more vitality to them. And part of that has to do with the fact that these vehicles are gauged towards a slightly younger demographic than they used to be, which is why you have so much utility in a car like this, and also fairly good-sized sunroof, which is an option.
Quite big.
There are a lot of other options too. The cool thing about the ST package, by the way, that red trim package, well, you can get that on any of the models of the GX. So base model all the way up to their fully loaded one, which is basically this. So they took the interior of the regular Encore, which is actually not too bad, and they've splashed it up a little bit. And they've done a few things. Most of the things I actually do like, but there are a couple minor issues. I do not like fake carbon fiber.
Yeah.
And they do that, and I kind of wish they would. And that woven look is, I don't know. But, you know, some people do like that. I do like the contrasts. I like the raised stitching.
Yeah, this tiered thing is interesting. Sort
Isn't
of
it
having
neat?
the 3 step-ups, you know? That's kinda
Right,
cool.
right. I like that design idea, and I like how everything sort of blends in. So even though you have this line and it changes, it's still part of it.
Yeah.
So that is a great design. Now there's a partially virtual cockpit here, so this center IP is digital, obviously, so is this screen here. I do not think that they have juice in here, so I can't open that up for you. But the good news is very comfortable seats, and that's one thing Buick's been great with. So comfortable seats. Now I can fit behind myself. I have sat behind myself before, but if I go all the way back for Steven, who's freakishly tall, I wouldn't be able to fit behind myself very comfortably.
Yeah, it's still not a huge crossover by any means.
No, but this bridges the gap between your regular tiny Encore, which is your entry-level vehicle, and of course the larger ones that come after it. So this is a neat little, you know, and they think it's going to sell quite well. And I got to be honest with you, I think that it's one of the better looking offerings out there from Buick. Now,
It does look nice, yeah. It doesn't look as like kind of goofy as the Encore. The Encore's a little fun, plucky car.
Yeah.
It looks more serious.
This does look more serious, and it kind of has a little bit more of a masculine bent to it, which is great. My sister bought an Encore a couple of years ago. She loves it to death. What are you going to do? Okay, so this vehicle is not available yet. It's supposed to be available in the first quarter of 2020. So it's coming out fairly soon. The funny part is they never actually had a proper debut for this car. They did an online virtual debut. I don't think that went very well. Not many of you guys knew about the car, and that's because I think that they kind of missed an opportunity. The good news is they did do an official North American debut with this car, technically here at the show, although it was off-site at a cool little swanky restaurant. So it's here. They do not have pricing or EPA numbers. However, they indicated that both will be surprisingly close to its baby brother, the Encore.
Yeah, so GM is actually saying that it could be up to 31 miles per gallon combined. Now that's an estimate, that's not EPA, so don't take that as
right, and I'm guessing
fact.
that might be with the 1.2, the base model engine.
That is correct.
And
Not
with the CVT.
drive.
Right.
That's the most efficient version of it, absolutely.
Funny thing is, my sister, who beats the hell out of her Encore, has been getting something like a combined 29 miles per gallon.
Nice.
And she seriously drives like she has issues. No, she has issues. We all know that. All right, let's wrap this up outside the car, guys. What do you say?
So there's one other thing Buick's making a big deal out of with this thing, and that's all the safety features. So, I mean, a lot of vehicles have full suites these days, but this Encore is going to be available with automatic emergency braking, lane keep assist, lane departure warning, automatic high beams, rear cross traffic alert. All of those autonomous driving features that GM is pumping out, they're all going to be right here as well.
And then on top of that, they have a bunch of other options, including the sunroof package, the off-color roof package too. By the way, you can get that once you get the ST package. You go one step higher to get a different color roof. And they also have HUD and some other tech that is available on top of what you get for the standard car.
Yeah.
Once again, first quarter 2020. So that's all we got on the car.
Wait, before we wrap up, Nathan, there's a nice blue one over here.
Let's look at the little Encore.
Yeah, just change up the color.
Let's look at the little tiny Encore, which is its baby brother now officially.
No, this is still a GX.
Is this the GX?
Yeah, yes sir.
Wow, it looks smaller in blue.
Yeah, funny with the color difference, right? But no, this is still a GX.
The one on your right is the old one.
That is correct.
Okay.
I can show it off. So there's the regular Encore, and there's the GX. More sculpted, nicer lines, a little bit bigger.
I don't recognize it in blue, honestly.
No, fair enough. Yeah, and I think it looks really sharp. I love blue cars, so I'm sold.
I like the ground clearance height. I mean, just visually, I don't know what it is. I'm guessing it's probably close to 9 inches.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It has decent leg room too. All right, good to know.
Alrighty.
Well, I think that just about wraps it up.
It does wrap it up, guys. So even in blue, when you can't recognize it, it's still an interesting new car and an interesting offer from Buick. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but Buick's car to SUV level has changed so dramatically. 90% of the vehicles Buick sells are crossovers and SUVs now. Can you believe that? Buick has gone to an SUV company. So.
Exploding.
But that's why you have vehicles like this hitting the market. And good for Buick, because they found their niche in the market, and I tend to think that their products are a great bargain. Thank you again for joining us at the LA Auto Show. Behind the camera is Steven. This is Nathan.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.